Hello, L Empire. Renee Massey here. I'm so excited to be coming to you live. It is Wednesday, and okay. So I had some technical issues on Zoom. I was doing my Ascension Academy group call, which I usually run on Wednesday afternoons at 4 p.m. And I got kicked out of Zoom multiple times, and then my assistant got kicked out of Zoom, and people be getting kicked out of Zoom. So eventually I was like, I'm just gonna do Facebook Live. And so I kind of just finished the group call that way. And I had frequency earlier, and so I'm just kind of like on a roll. So I figured I would definitely stop off here and say hello and see how everybody's week is going. And I have a really important topic to share with everybody. And this is actually, it's I have to say, it's not just like off the cuff that this topic is coming up. This particular topic showed up in my frequency program earlier today. This particular question showed up in a couple of other areas recently. And so I felt like, especially with, the super full moon partial lunar eclipse yesterday, this was a really important topic to bring to everyone. And so that's what I'm going to do. So, welcome. Let's talk about that. So the question is, how do I pivot my energy and my emotions on really hard days? Because the truth is, guys, is that we're human and we're going to experience hard days. And there is no magic formula. There is not a class or anything that you can really do to avoid that if you are a human being living on this planet. Actually, if you're anything living on this planet, it's just par for the course that there's going to be challenges. So I guess that's number one. We have to accept that there are going to be challenges. You're not always going to experience those high points. We do experience them, and when we're there, we're like, oh my God, I hope it's always like this. I hope it never changes. I hope we're always this happy. I hope everything stays like this. And it can stay that way for a while, but eventually something happens, and it's like, okay, back to work, back to learning, back to evolution, back to, clearing things and healing things and working through things, because that's really also what life is about. It would be wonderful if we had the opportunity to learn and grow and navigate these challenges and these lessons while also being able to experience a really fulfilling, satisfying lifestyle. And this is what I teach women how to do. I like how I plugged that in there. Because the truth is that I'm very well aware that we're going to have issues. And so what do I find so important about what I do then? Well, what I do is I teach women how to improve their lifestyle, no matter what their lifestyle is. So as a wife, as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as a sister, as a daughter, as so many different things that I am in my life, I have so much influence that I carry within me. I really do. I really do, because I care so much. One of the big things that grants me so much influence in life is the fact that you can feel that I care, and that I want to figure it out. I want to make it better. I want to make it work. I want to make it effective. I want this to be wonderful. I'm all about improving things and troubleshooting, but evolving things over time. And I feel that when hard things happen, they tend to suck up all of our energy. When hard things are going on, our energy gets sucked up like a black hole in space. It is a vacuum. There's so many things that I see in the universe that I'm like, oh yeah, we do that. It's like, oh, that's a black hole. That is a vortex, a vacuum, which nothing can escape. Yeah, we do that. We do that with our thoughts and our emotions, and sometimes how we treat other people. We're fun like that as humans, right? So can I experience difficulty and also experience bliss? Yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I am a dualistic human being that is also divine and human at the same time. I can lead with my soul. I can lead with my human. I can interpret through different lenses. Like, I'm quite extraordinary in the things that I'm capable of doing, right? So if this is my belief and this is my truth, And I'm of the intention that I will pivot. I will have some sort of a shift, like I'm doing all of the things that I can to make this day wonderful and very productive. But then something happens. And it's like, oh no. There it is. That thing happened. And now it feels like I'm kind of getting derailed over here. What do I do? And typically the first thing is like, oh my God, what do I do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, what am I going to do? Sometimes I don't have to do anything. That's the masculine mindset. What do I have to do? Meaning, what action do I need to take to fix this situation? Sometimes there is no action. Sometimes it is literally just staying where you are and breathing. Sometimes it is literally just looking at a flower and just pumping the brakes a little bit on your life. One of the things that I feel we have to get better at is actually living with discomfort. Hello, Miss Faith. We've got to get a little bit better here at living with discomfort, because discomfort is a very strong messenger. We try to eliminate discomfort as soon as possible. We don't want it there. I don't want this discomfort. I don't want this agitation, this pebble in my shoe. I don't want that there. It's distracting me. It's disorienting me. But at the same time, it's also trying to show you where work wants to happen on the inside. It's also showing you that there's areas that want to be strengthened. So let's say, for instance, your intention today is to have a magnificent day. I will rise above challenges and I will persevere all things. And then there was a challenge. And then you got very upset because you forgot that you made that statement. It happens. And you're like, wait a second. I said I was going to persevere this, but why can't I do that right now? Why am I not able to persevere this? Why am I not transcending this experience? Why am I not pivoting? Why does it feel like it wants to derail my day? Why does it feel like it's wanting to swallow everything positive up like a black freaking hole in my life? We've all experienced this. That it's hard to be like, this crappy thing can exist at the same time as these really good things. We're afraid to blend these together. We're afraid to associate with either one of them together. They have contrast. So it's like we don't want contrast, so we got to make it all the same thing. But instead of making it all the positive, you made it all the negative. You let the negative thing take over all of the positive. What would happen if you let all of the positive take over the negative? What are you afraid is going to happen if you don't hyper-focus on something that's challenging? And when I mean hyper-focus, I mean like you're just thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And you've got scenarios in your mind and you've got all of these things kind of mapping themselves out. Well, what if they say this? And what if that happens? And what if I say that? And what if this happens? And like all of these different things. But this is you thinking, and this is you draining energy away from you. Okay, so I'm not saying don't think, because that's not going to work. You're going to drive yourself crazy with that. But I'm letting you know that when you sit there and you think an awful lot about something, you are leaking a lot of energy. So what would be better? What do you think would be better? What do you think would be better for you in a situation where you're having a great day and something very challenging just showed up and kind of wants to derail all of that? You have choices. This is the huge thing that most people do bypass, is that most people believe that they don't have a choice in the moment, that this is a runaway train that is completely escaping them. They have no authority over this whatsoever, no control. This isn't my fault. This isn't my doing. But if they are the emotions that are living in your body, you do have authority over them because they're in your kingdom. Or your queendom. It's a subject in your queendom that needs to be governed, needs to be controlled. You can process it later, but right now you just need to make sure that it doesn't derail your day. So this is where we actually get to practice a more soft approach. Because what I find is that when we're in that tug of war battle of like which emotion gets to win this, the negative usually wins out because you think that you have to be hypervigilant. You have to be on your guard. You have to pay attention. You have to watch your back. You have to be like on top of stuff. When things are good, you're like, let it be. Oh, champagne for everyone. Oh, you know, like it's so different. But when you have a challenge, then it's just like black hole sucks you in. I got to protect myself. I got to take care of this. The bottom's going to drop out. Something bad's going to happen. Da, 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 da. You're dragging every other situation that felt negative into this particular situation. And that's not useful to you. There might be, like, if there's a solution that pops in that's like, hey, remember when this happened? There was this really awesome solution and you used it and it worked and it would totally work again this time because this is like exactly the same. And you're like, oh, wait, I know how to fix this problem. Done. Hello, Miss Shawn. But we get wrapped up in our thinking. And so the key to this is to have a more soft approach with yourself. That when something challenging happens, that you're not instantly trying to fix it, fix yourself, put everything back together, prevent it from falling apart. You know what I mean? Like, we get so scared that everything's going to fall apart. Everything's going to unravel. But you still have a lot of really good things that are happening for you. So what I want you to try to do right now in this moment is I want you to feel into something that's happening in your life right now that feels a little challenging to you. I don't want to go into like trauma or anything like that, okay? That's not what this training is for, everybody. This is like, isolate something in your life right now. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your child, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your neighbor. Like, just something that you're navigating currently that has to do with like another person, and it just feels kind of like a hard thing that is taking up energy and time in your mind and body. All right? So think about that. Feel that. Yeah, and like really feel that in your body. Feel how much room this takes up in your body. Okay? No judgment, no criticism, no belittling, no condescending, nothing negative, just observation. Okay? And as you're in this state of observation, now I want you to think about all of the things that are amazing in your life. I want you to think about how when you took a shower yesterday and you turned on the water, it came on and then it got really nice and hot. I want you to think about the cup of coffee you enjoyed. I want you to think about the food that was readily available in your refrigerator. I want you to think about the car that started right up. I want you to think about how freaking amazing your blankets and your pillow felt this morning right before you got out of bed. I want you to remember your children. I want you to remember the love that you have for the people in your life, the true love that you have for the people in your life, regardless of the issues they come with. Now I want you to think about that problem again. Now I want you to think about how amazing everything is. What happens inside of you when you do this? And I'm serious, I want a response. What happens inside of you when you do this? And if you have to articulate this better later and then come back with a response, I would rather that. You know, I would rather an authentic, actual response than just trying to whip something up right now and throw it to the wall and see if it sticks. Because this is really deep. This honestly would normally be a paid training. This is actually in one of my paid trainings. So, you know, this is kind of like one of those free exclusive trainings for you guys that I really want you to benefit from, and I really want you to do the work. Because when you feel the negative, and then you feel the positive, and you feel the negative, and you feel the positive. Like, what do you think is, like, what is happening inside of your body? What's happening in your mind? Feel that, witness that, take that in. Be the active observer of your mind and body as you allow yourself to kind of like pendulum swing into the challenges of your life, and then swing back into the blessings of your life, and then swing into the challenges of your life, and then swing back into the blessings of your life. Where do you want to be? This is when it becomes your choice. Because your energy, the currency of your energy has to feed something. The time, the attention, the emotion, your thoughts, all of that is energy, a lot of energy, and it has to go somewhere. So if you go to the negative and you give it there, then everything else that was colored beautifully with light and brightness has now been tainted with that color, because you're giving all of your energy there. But understand that if you give all of your energy to the light and bright side, as much as you can, this thing that's going on over here is probably going to figure itself out, or you will acquire the clarity, you will acquire the assistance, you will receive what is necessary when you shift how you see it. Okay, I love that. Thank you, Amy. The issue seems a lot smaller and easier to tackle after feeling the gratitude and coming back to the challenge. It was so heavy in the beginning. Thank you. So it's like, if we could just go to the positive, the good stuff. There's always good stuff. There's always good stuff. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. And if it's not shining, then it's raining, and it's blessing the water, blessing the ground with water. You know? There are many blessings. So what do we do on hard days is we look at the things that are working. It doesn't mean bypass the negative though, like pretend like it's not there, pretend it doesn't exist. But what I do mean is that do not give it your energy. Do not give it all of the things that it doesn't deserve from you. It takes too much. It's taking too much. It's not as worthy as you think it is. It really isn't. It really isn't. So, focus on holding the duality. Focus on being able to hold positive and challenging things at the same time. And practice being that pendulum that swings back and forth, feeling between these two, and decide for yourself where you want to be. Okay? Please share your comments about this, your experience, your thoughts. Plug into this discussion. I'm very excited to talk about this more. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will be seeing you very soon. Mwah! Bye for now.